What's up, y'all? Clean Cuts the One back with another video, and this is going to be the last video of 2016, and this might be a more lengthy one, but this is a very important video to me. This is wrapping up the year, and I found myself sitting here reflecting on what all has happened in 2016, you know, what progress has been made, where I've fallen short. And I also think even further back to July of 2015, which is when I made my first video. And I want to talk about goals. I want to talk about action objectives, because my very first video, I sat down in front of this camera in a room in the back of my house and I said, I'm going to become a barber. I told my wife, who was my very first subscriber, that she's not going to have to continue to work 75 hours a week, you know, at a restaurant, you know, to pay our bills, because that's what was going on. And as soon as I decided to become a barber, as soon as it was put in me to become a barber, and I pursued that, everything that I set out to do has been accomplished up to this point. I got the financial aid, I got a set of clippers, I went to school, I graduated school, I'm in a barber shop, and yada yada yada. You can watch all the videos up to this point. But something that's been very important to me is goals and accountability. So this is the time of year where I take down my old goals that I had posted on my cabinet, right? I write my goals down every year and I put them up where I can see them. Anybody that comes in my house can see them where they're at. They're right in my kitchen, on my cabinet, just like you're going to get a plate. They're right there, so anybody can see my goals, right? And so instead of just doing it like that, not only am I writing my goals down, my professional goals for 2017 on paper, I want to make another video where I share specific goals with you guys, because when I hold myself accountable, I'm not just holding myself accountable to you and to myself, but God's involved. So really, it might look like I'm sharing this with you, but I'm really doing this for me. For 2017, the first thing that I'm doing is, these are the goals that you can see a lot got done. There's a couple that did not get done. Let's discuss what I didn't get done. I wanted to have 20,000 subscribers. That was kind of lofty. You know, my channel was not even a year old. It was months old when I decided I want 20,000. I don't know where that number come from. I just want to provide the value, you know what I'm saying, to where enough people want to hear what I have to say. Then I had a monetary number that I wanted to have in my savings account, and I did not achieve that goal this year. And then I had some personal development work that I wanted to complete. While I did complete a portion of that personal development, I'm talking about books, I'm talking about writing, I'm talking about reflection, I'm talking about doing work on myself. I didn't get everything done that I wanted to do. So those goals transfer over to 2017. I still want to see 20,000 subscribers on the channel. I still want to have, matter of fact, I've raised the number for what's in savings, because I almost achieved that goal. So I upped the ante on what I want to have in my savings account. Then the personal work I want to do on myself, the stuff that I didn't get finished, has transferred over to 2017. Plus I've added some, right? Because you got to have like a 10x mindset. You have to, I got to shoot over, like, I have to set goals that are past where I really want to hit. Like, if I'm shooting for $1 million and I only hit 200,000, that's okay. It's still success. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to just shoot for $100,000 and fall short and hit $60,000 or something like that. I want to set my goals high, right? I'm not the God that I serve isn't mediocre, first of all, and I don't feel like I'm a mediocre person. I'm not a mediocre barber. Like, I feel like I was born, I was destined for this. So I have no problem setting high goals, because I know what I'm willing to do to achieve my goals. And it's all little short action steps. So anyways, the 2017 goals, right? I'm going to go down this list. I'm going to address them real quickly. I'm going to put this out there. For 2017, I still want my 20,000 subscribers. That's going to take place in 2017. My saving account is going to go all the way up to where, you know, I wanted it to be, and that's going to involve a lot of self-discipline, responsibility, being frugal. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to do that. I will sacrifice on the front end to achieve long-term success on the back end. I'm not scared to save and to penny pinch. And then the personal development goals. The next goal is I want to get flown somewhere in 2017. I want to bring so much value to the table, and I want to distribute that value so widely across this beautiful country of ours, this beautiful industry that we have. I want somebody to see what I'm bringing to the table and to say, you know what? That dude really has something to offer. And he has so much to offer that I'm willing to spend money out of my pocket to bring him to this place so that way he can present what he has to offer. Whether that be you know, an engagement in the barbering industry. It doesn't have to be that, because I'm involved in a lot of stuff. This is just a barbering kind of related channel. But I want somebody to pay money out of their pocket, because I haven't flown on a plane since I was like 6. And a lot of the people that I really look up to, man, they're flying everywhere because they're making moves. I will fly on my dime. Don't get it wrong. I'm not scared to spend my money because that's an investment. But I want to bring so much value, and that's what it's really about. I want to bring so much value to a particular area that somebody cashes in on it and brings me to be a part of the team. And I'm not talking about being on Andis or Wall or something like that. I'm talking about I want to be a part of a movement, which is brings me to another 2017 goals. I want to spearhead a movement in the industry. Like, I have a thing with all the ego and all the you know, me, I'm the man, this and that, and I don't have a problem with the individuals who do that, but I just feel like there's not enough emphasis on what hard work gets you and what humility gives you. And I feel like a lot of these barbers want you to think that they're self-made when really there's an interdependence that takes place. There's nobody that's completely independent. It doesn't work like that. It also doesn't work when you're codependent, when you depend on somebody else to give you what you need to be providing for yourself, right? That's responsibility. But I do want to spearhead a movement and show barbers that you can just work really hard and do the right thing and be nice to people and be passionate about what you're doing and learn new techniques and learn about business and invest in people's, invest in the products that people are putting out and invest in the materials that people are providing to educate you with, and that you can be successful by imploring the things that are taught, not just by talking about it and not just verbalizing and understanding, but like when I read Al Reed's book and I do what it says to do, I have found success. And I want to continue to do that in this whole industry until the whole industry has caught on and said, man, I can just take in this information, I can work really hard, and I can become successful at this thing that I'm so passionate about, because I've already found that it's true. So, and I want it to be a big thing. I don't want it to be a little thing. I don't want it to just be a me thing. I want some people to come in and really be a part of a movement. I think we ought to make some changes in this industry. And it doesn't have to be scary. You don't have to be scared of the industry changing. It can stay beautiful in the way it is. It can stay traditional. We just want to add the principle to the mix. I don't think there's enough focus on the principles that make us successful in this industry. I want to have my bills on auto pay, like my rent, my electric, you know, the car note, all of that stuff. I want all my bills to be on auto pay, so that way I don't have to think about what date it is and write my wife, excuse me, because I don't write the checks. We have a relationship where my wife actually sends the checks out. I don't want her to have to do that anymore. I want there to be an automatic. I want us to be so financially secure that we don't have to wonder how much money is in the bank if there's enough to cover the bills. Because right now I have to contemplate, do we have that? See, yeah, we got that. You know, check the account. I'm tired of doing that. Budget, right? We're talking about a budget. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be creating a budget for 2017 that's going to be, it's going to work, and it's going to be the stair steps to that savings account goal that I'm talking about. So, moving on, I'm going to finish the Believer Barber documentary. We're still working on that. We haven't stopped. I know you haven't seen any previews or anything. There's a lot of stuff that goes on production behind the scenes. We've got more filming on the way. And I'm trying to figure out, because of the way my life is opening up, I'm trying to figure out, how do I know when to stop this documentary? Because God keeps putting these things in front of my life that are just like, it's supposed to be a vision of hope, right? It's supposed to inspire and encourage people about what can happen when you pursue your dreams and when you do the right thing for the right reason in this industry, and how it can change your entire life. But God keeps opening so many doors. I'm like, we need to document that. We need to document that. And the producers agree. But at some point, we're going to have to find an end cap and go ahead and get it out, because there's a lot of you guys that are really looking forward to seeing it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing it too. I mean, this documentary is kind of my legacy. I'm looking forward to presenting it to my children and to my family. I want to make my father proud by seeing what it is that I've done, because a lot of people in my my close-knit family aren't aware about what I've been doing. So that's very important to me for 2017. I am going to open Clean Cut Gentlemen's Grooming Lounge here in Knoxville, Tennessee in 2017. By December 31st of 2017, I will own my barber shop. That was a goal that I originally had for 2018, but the ball's already started rolling. I mean, I've already had, it's just time. Some things you just know intuitively on a spiritual level. Some things, you know, I've been talking with my mentor. I work very closely with my mentor, who I've been working with from day one, and he agrees, and he wouldn't steer me wrong. It's in the works already. My barbershop is coming in 2017, and I'm very excited about that, which entails a lot of sacrifice. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice, and I'm willing to do it. My wife's on board. My family knows what it's going to take for us to do that. We're all in. I'm not satisfied with just being behind the chair. This industry and this platform has too much to offer, so I'm ready to do it. 2017, it's going to do it. I want to learn to do my taxes, right? I want to learn, because I'm coming from nothing. Right? Like I'm basic in my understanding of the professional world. Everything that I've learned about being a professional, I've learned in the last 1.5 years. Not even 2 years yet. I want to learn to do taxes properly. I'm not going to be that barber that hides his income. Right? I just don't. That's part of that movement. I'm not judging the people. It's none of my business what y'all do. Right? I'm just making y'all aware of where I stand, so that way I can be held, because integrity is something that is very important to me. And for me personally, I can't lie and be okay with it. It doesn't sit well with me. And also, this is talking about the short term, right? Sacrifices in the short term. This is talking about postponing short-term gratification for long-term success. Yes, I'm not going to have as much money now, but guess what? When it's time to own a home for my family, and when my wife wants this particular vehicle, or when we need this, I'm going to be able to borrow the money with no problem. You know, I know a lot of you guys will have opinions and stuff to say on that, and it's okay. It's not a shot at y'all. Just for me personally, I'm going to do my taxes, I'm going to do it right, and I'm declaring that right now. I just got my license in August, September, October, November, December. That's 4 months, right? For me to make my money and not have to claim a whole lot. 2017, I'm going all in, keeping the paperwork. And then I want to get back to 160 pounds and maintain that. That was a goal from last year, and I achieved it for like 3 or 4 months. But lifestyle, man, you have to stay on top of those lifestyle goals, because I'm back to 165. And I know 5 pounds isn't a huge difference, but for me, again, it's one of those things that I know. I want to be at 160 pounds, and I want to maintain that. So I'm going to get back on my no sodas, which is another goal. That's no sodas for 2017. And I just want to get back to a healthy weight that I'm comfortable with. So that's another one. And then, as you guys know, in a couple of videos ago when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, Dave Diggs invited me to go to the Barber's Inc. And I believe it's Santa Clara, California. And as soon as he invited me to come out there, I said, man, that's a long way. He said, no, it's not. Just do it. Just do it. That's the type of mentorship that I need. That's all I needed to hear. Because if somebody else told me that they couldn't do something, I would have said the exact same thing to them. Sometimes we have trouble taking the advice that we would give to somebody else. But when he said it like that, and as soon as I decided to make it a goal, and it's an action objective, right? That means I've got to save a certain amount of money to get on a plane. That means I've got to start looking at the planes. That means I've got to start finding a time of the year that's going to be a good time for me to fly to Santa Clara, California. That's going to jive with his schedule. And I'm going to cut out there as a featured barber for a couple of days. You know, I'm going to get to hang out with T from Atlanta. It's my dude. Got to see him when I went to Atlanta. You know, in Victoria. Get to see Slim out there, man. A lot of these people that I've formed these relationships with, but I haven't got to see them that much because that's a lot of distance. But I don't believe that there's any physical boundary on the spirit, and you can't put a physical boundary on my will. Like the things that I'm trying to do and the places that God, when it takes me, there is no box that it fits in. So I hope you guys are making goals for yourself. And I'm not talking about resolutions, and I'm not talking about stuff that just lasts for like one day or just for 1 year, right? Even though I say for 2017, this is not a goal list for the year. What happens is on December 31st, everybody else starts making resolutions, and that's when I decide that it's time for me to evaluate the goals from last year and create new action objectives, which is what I'm doing now. These are my action objectives. This is what's going to happen. The time frame for these goals to take place is by December 31st of 2017. So that's what it is. That's what I'm doing. So that's the stuff that you're going to see, right? And this is going to be a lot of work, so it might mean less videos. So I don't know how that's going to work. The YouTube channel's not going anywhere because a lot of the reason for me doing this is so that I can show you guys how it's working for me. And so that way you guys can learn from my mistakes and you guys can do what I do and you can get the results that I get. You know, I'll be the champion for the mentee. I'll be the champion for the guy that submits to his mentor and says, I don't know what I'm doing. Can somebody who's qualified to show me how to succeed, show me what to do? I will follow the example. I will do what I'm told, and I will find success, and I will live it out in my own way. That's what I'm in it for. So I'm very excited for what's coming up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this 2016. I know that I didn't even dream big enough for 2016. I never thought in July 2015, when the first video went out, that I would be anywhere that I'm at right now. But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. If you're considering this barber career, you're wondering where can it take you, go back to my first video and check it out. YouTube channel's not going anywhere. Go ahead and like this video. Let's start a discussion in these comments. Let's talk about what your goals are. What are you going to do? Are you going to start school? Are you going to find a barber shop to get into? Are you going to learn how to do a certain cut? Are you going to get on the Andis team? Are you going to get on the wall team? What are you going to do? Let's start a discussion in the comments. Go ahead and thumbs up the video. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel because one of my goals, I'm trying to hit 20K. If you see this video, just subscribe to the channel. I'm not putting out any content that doesn't have some value because that's another action objective and goal that I have for 2017. Bring so much value to the table that they're willing to pay to bring it to you. And I'm going to give you the game for free. Hope y'all enjoy. Till next time, peace.